Shantae Levette. So y'all, I have really been thinking about what I wanted to do this year in 2017 as far as my video lineup. My interior design trends video will be coming out really soon, and I'm doing my finishing touches on that video right now. But in the in between time, it got me to thinking, since this is the beginning of the year, why not start with where to start designing your interior space? So if you're interested in hearing my tips on where to start designing your interior space, then stick around and let's get started. My first tip is to take stock of what you have. You want to get rid of any outdated, damaged, or unwanted items. If you have any true vintage or family heirloom items, my best advice is to try to relocate them in another area of your home. And anything that you have decided to get rid of, perhaps do a garage sale, sell them online, and the extra cash that you earn can go towards your future purchases. Which leads into my second point, that is create a budget. And what a budget does, it really puts things in perspective about cost of an item, delivery charges, all of those things you want to think about when it comes down to setting your budget. Having a budget, working from a budget will save you a lot of time and regrets in the end. My next point is to choose a palette. And this can be such a daunting task. So later this year, I will be making some videos on how to pick the correct paint for the correct project, how to select a color palette, and how to really choose a color for your space. But a tip on getting you started in the right direction for your color palette is to go and visit your wardrobe. Most people tend to gravitate towards hues that they love in their wardrobe, and that is an easy place to start looking to see if those colors can work in your interior space. And of course, you know it'll be colors that you love because it's something that you already picked. My next tip is to pinpoint your style. There are so many different design styles to choose from, and sometimes pinpointing your style can be hard. I tend to find that people can definitely tell me what they don't like, but it's a little harder to tell me what they absolutely do like. And if that's you, it's time for you to curate a design board, whether it's a hard board, if it's looking on Pinterest and saving pictures. Me personally, I like to make a book. And the reason why I like to make a book is when I'm out shopping, I can directly refer back to my book. I will have the color, maybe a piece of the fabric, the sizes, so that as I'm looking, it helps me to stay focused and on track. Another thing that you can do if you're not starting from scratch, of course, if you're starting from scratch, you're working with a very clean palette. But if you're not starting from scratch, you can always take pictures of your furniture, of the existing pieces you plan on keeping, and refer to those when you're out shopping to make sure that the new pieces work well with your old pieces. So now that you've pinpointed your style, you want to start with what most designers say are your anchor pieces. That's your sofa, any type of entertainment center, dining room tables, or headboards. And typically you want to start there because these pieces are large, they take up a good chunk of your budget as well as space in your room. But if you are unsure about your anchor pieces, or you have anchor pieces that you want to keep, then pick a favorite fabric, piece of art, or mirror as a jumping off point to start your design or redesign. My next point, which is so very key, is to measure. Oh my goodness, so many people get in trouble with picking furniture pieces in the showroom because they do not measure. And it only takes a few minutes to measure out your space. If you are good at drawing your room out, then you can actually draw your room out. Just make sure that you include all of your openings, because this will better assist in having a good traffic flow. I say measure twice and make sure that you write your measurements down and not try to commit them to memory. Another tip that you can do is you can actually take sheets, a flat sheet, open it and fold it into a rectangle to fit whatever size piece of furniture that you're thinking about getting. For instance, a sofa or a dining room table. You can fold it into a rectangle, you can fold it into a square, and lay it on the floor. This will help you to determine if those measurements will work in your space and what you can potentially max out to. By doing this, it gives you a really good visual how much space will be used up. So guys, in summary, these are my true key points to think about. Less is more, and fill in over time to curate a house that is truly your home. My next key tip is not only to measure your space as far as your furniture pieces. Make sure that you measure any type of doorway, stairwell, elevator opening to make sure that the pieces that you purchase will be able to fit the opening to get into your home. I can remember I had this really long vintage sofa. I was in a townhouse when I first moved into it, and I knew I had a spot for that sofa upstairs, but I didn't measure. The sofa wouldn't fit up the stairwell. We could not make the turn to get the sofa up the stairs. So of course I had to resort to plan B. And you don't want to have to resort to plan B because you didn't measure. My next key tip is to invest in very good anchor pieces, i.e. your sofa, your dining room table. Those are things that will get a lot of use. And when you think about your sofa, we watch TV on our sofas, we eat, we work, we play, we sleep, we do so many things. And that is one upholstery piece that I feel that will last throughout the usage it will receive. Then that's where you put your money. Other items like mirrors, lamps, pillows, you can mix those pieces with high and low and still come out with a great design. But don't skimp on your anchor pieces. My final key tip is in decorating your home, not just a house, something that you'll love is not a sprint. I know you want things done right away. It is wonderful if you can do everything all at once. But if you can't, just know that as you do things over time and truly love the pieces that you select, you will be happy with your home for years to come. So guys, that's it. My tips on where to start decorating or redesigning your interior space. If you enjoyed this video, of course, y'all can always give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I say welcome, Happy New Year. If you're already part of my YouTube family, y'all know I got nothing but love for you. And if you want to spend a little more time with me, then hop on over to my Twitter or my Instagram at Southern Girl Interiors. Thank y'all so much for watching, and until the next video.